Oh, we're starting right now?
What do you want?
Oh, I didn't hear you. Okay. Welcome to the Hive Boys, episode 2 of season 3. I'm Daniel.
I am Lucas.
I'm Carson.
Yo, let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
You might notice that Eddie is dead, and so we replaced Carson, or replace him with Carson today.
It's almost like we added 5 people.
Yeah. So every time someone dies,
4.
we can just fill in a spot.
wait, guys, hold up, wait. Who's Eddie?
Who's
Who
Eddie?
is Eddie?
I
I
don't
thought
even
it
know.
was. I thought it was always on this podcast.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't disrespect you like that.
Yeah,
I
I
won't
feel like
do it
I've been
again.
here like most episode.
I'm
Yeah.
tired of Danny making stuff up. I think he should be the one who isn't on the podcast anymore.
Remember that one time I wasn't on the podcast?
And we got like 5 different people.
Yeah. See, that's how much weight I carry on this podcast. Like, if there was like a physical representation of the podcast, it's me, and I'm holding everyone, or I'm carrying
Single
everyone.
Daniel is the strongest 5.
Yeah, it's canon now. It's canon. I mean, like, I'm not on an episode. 5 people replace or go in my place. That's how it works.
We
Makes
still
sense.
need to figure out the lore for everyone joining.
Yeah. Honestly, if you start writing stuff down, I need to help with that because, well, I want to help with that. I don't need. You don't need help, but I would like to. I should rather put it in that way.
Dude, official Hive Boys lore is finally coming to fruition.
How's that wiki coming along?
It is happening.
It
It's
is.
going.
Exciting.
Carson, you're not. Wait, you're a high boy, right?
Yes.
Almost definitely.
No, okay. I was making sure because. No. Because like,
I got like the
then-
pant and the hat to match, so I'm good.
Everyone in the secret chat is a Hive Boy now.
Okay, yeah. I was just wanting to make sure because we had Carson as a technically. Well, he's been always on this show,
Yep.
but we had him as a guest, so I just wanted to clarify, just in case anyone was confused.
Oh, obvious clerical error.
Yeah.
Should be fixed.
Oh yeah, obvious.
Carson, are you
Yeah.
a year above me?
Am I above you?
Are you a year above me?
A year above you, like what in schooling?
Yeah.
Like education?
Yes. Where are
Uh,
you right now?
I'm in my like freshman year at college, so
Fuck.
Oh, you
I'm
too?
the youngest. Damn it.
Yeah, you are. Duh. You and Eddie are. I'm pretty 100% sure.
Yeah, Eddie's with me. How is
Uh,
college? What's going on there?
I go to a community college, so it's like easy. It doesn't.
Oh, you too. Same. It's. I mean, depending on what classes, it's fairly easy, and hopefully the
Yeah.
professors. Well, I would hope I would get good professors, and so far I have.
Yeah.
But this is my last semester before I transfer to university, which I got accepted
Let's go.
to one of them at least so far. Still waiting on the other one. So I'm pretty excited.
Are you guys like living with your parents, or are you living at
Yep.
the college, or like
I'm
an
good
apartment?
I'm pretty sure most community colleges you can't live at because they don't have like dorms. But yeah, I'm just living at home with parents.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh, I did not know that.
Because we are like not boomers who like move out at age 17 to buy a house with their wife like Kristen or something.
I mean,
What are you
I'm-
doing with your life? I'm 18 and I bought a house. And
I'm
those
me and my
posts.
me and my friends are considering getting an apartment together.
Oh yeah, me
next
too.
year.
Like actually,
That's not a bad idea. That's really not. That's the thing.
like me and my friends have been considering that, and it also so happens that my dad is considering moving out of his current house, and we might just take over and like pay rent to him. So
Oh,
that would be
Oh, that's
interesting.
neat.
Yeah.
that would actually be a smart idea for both parties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Me and all my friends, we went to like, I don't know what you would call it. It's kind of like, it's like a high school that essentially already puts you into your major before
concurrent.
like you're in college.
I think that's
Um,
gonna be current.
Like I've been studying IT for the past 4 years already, even
Yeah.
though most people wouldn't be. So, there's a school near us. I won't say what that I'm going to, but there's a school near us, and it's really good, and it's also really cheap, like 16,000 for a very very good, like a very well renowned college.
Wait
Yeah.
for it like a year.
Yeah, for a year.
Oh, that's a fair price. Rated
So
well.
like, I'm considering going there because I could either live at home. It's within driving distance. It's like 10 minutes away from my house. So I could either go there, or my friends and I are considering moving into an apartment together, like 2 apartments right next to each other, and then 2 person per apartment.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
But like, my biggest problem with that is that I'm so loud and disgusting. I don't know if I could live with other people.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I started playing League of Legends last year, and oh my god, like
Ouch.
that game. I just use it because I started getting a little angry with it, and then I decided, all right, I'm gonna use this game to get all my anger out, because I can just blame the game for being badly made.
Interesting.
So whenever I get frustrated, I'll get on my friends, play some League of Legends, and start screaming about how the game is bad. I can't do that anymore because I have to be courteous of not only my roommate, but the fact that I could be evicted.
I I just want to say like like I love how you lead up to the saying that you play League of Legends with like you're a really dirty person.
I'm a disgusting. Listen, if you play
It's-
League
no,
of
no.
Legends, you're a degenerate. That's all. There's no in between.
Facts
I,
of life.
I have played League of Legends a little bit, like, not recently, like maybe like a month ago at most, or at least. And it's pretty good game. I enjoyed it, but for me personally, I don't have the patience, which is maybe ironic since I play FIFA a lot.
Mhm.
But you know what? We're not here to judge each other's games choices,
But
even though
so-
it's League of Legends.
So like, I'm just afraid that if I move in with someone else, I would be the worst. Cause like, I would need to just lose all of those habits and create new ones that are actually good. And that's a scary concept. The fact that in an instant, just like that, you have to change everything about yourself and become someone better.
It's a big thing.
How do you do it right now already? Because, I mean,
I like being this way. I don't need to change yet.
not yet.
Like, I'm gonna stay this way for as long as I possibly can.
I'd say just live it up and get your league character man up to platinum rank or whatever, and then just go crazy for a night, whatever it's called.
So,
Open some packs, get some rare cards. What game are we talking about?
the way the league ranking system works is it goes iron, bronze, silver, gold.
You better say something like. You better say something whack. You ready?
Silver, gold,
It's gonna be like tungsten.
platinum,
Overwatch.
platinum. What's the next one? Diamond, master, grandmaster, and challenger. And 80% of players are in
Yeah.
silver.
I see.
I've reached gold.
No.
But that is such a... I've been playing this game for a year. And you know, people like... There are people who have been playing this game for like 5 years. Like Pokimane used to be a League streamer.
She did? She's
Yeah, her name is Pokimane LOL. Like Pokemon League.
Oh.
Pokimane League. But
Like
like...
Tyler won LOL.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Pokimane and her entire group have been playing that for years. And they're in like... low platinum. Like,
Jesus.
that game is so complex and strange and hard to get a grasp on.
Wait, hold on, I'm getting a call. Keep talking. Sorry.
Like, League of Legends is the most played game, like, period.
Yeah.
And 80% of its player base is below the third rank out of like 12.
I did not know that.
It's crazy.
I assume the people in like Grandmaster and Challenger or whatever are like the people who like actually go to the tournaments, like the big ones in Korea and everywhere.
Not even.
Not even.
So the way it works is that League is a very cooperative team game, but when you're playing ranked, most people just play on their own.
Yeah.
So in like when you go to tournaments, you need to be part of a team. So those teams are separate. They may not be good. They're still really good playing on their own, but they might not be as good as the people at the top of Challenger, because it's like at that point it's essentially an entirely different game. Like most of the characters you play as are completely different. So like Tyler 1 is in Challenger and he's constantly screaming and flaming his teammates. He made it to the top of that versus these people, like people who play the game for years. It's strange how the League like bell curve works, because people like Tyler 1 make it up there, and then people who are like super calm and serene and like are very good, like this one dude who's been playing his. So Tyler 1, when you get to that part, you usually play the same role. You go to different. The roles are like top, middle, bot, and then jungle and support.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tyler 1 was a bot main for his entire lifespan as a League player. This season, people were whining because they just destroyed the jungle. Like, they just kind of got rid of it, mostly. People were complaining that the jungle role was destroyed. Tyler goes, alright, I'm going to prove to you all that your role is the best in the game. And then he just gets to Challenger because he's the best. And then people like there's this dude named Nightblue who's been playing jungle his entire League lifespan. He's stuck in Diamond. Like, it's weird how much the League community and like the people who play fluctuate from being good. Like, I've been playing this game for a year now. This is my most played game, and I have like 3,000 hours in it. I cannot get past gold. And that is the like 4th best out of 12.
Gee, okay, 4th best. Still, that's like impressive.
It's more information on League than I would have ever sought out myself, but it was interesting.
League is always
No
a
idea.
wild topic.
Bro,
I don't plan on ever playing it.
good, don't.
Good. No.
League brings out the racists in most of us.
Oh, okay.
Not me. Yeah, I know that. I've gotten less racist.
Oh, not me.
Dude.
Carson, let's talk about your games. Let's see.
Whose games?
Your games.
Me. Well, I said to you guys before we started that I started playing BTD 6, mostly with my girlfriend and stuff.
Yo! Doesn't that one have voice acting?
Huh?
It does?
Doesn't?
Oh,
I heard...
oh yeah.
That's so strange.
I thought you were talking about my girlfriend, but yeah.
I would hope your girlfriend has voice acting.
Yeah. No, it does have some voice acting. Just for like the special like hero monkeys, there's heroes now. There's like 8 or so, and you pick one and you get to use it for a map. And then you have all the other normal stuff. But it's they use models now instead of sprites and stuff, and it looks pretty good.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It goes on sale for like $1 every now and then. You should just pick it up, honestly.
Oh,
It
I
takes some
really-
getting used to, but it is definitely the game to play now.
Bro, I've been playing Cookie Run.
Cookie Run?
Cookie Run.
Oh yeah.
Is that like Cookie Clicker? Or...
Dude,
No.
everyone I've talked to has said that. Everyone. It's
Well, damn,
like
that's
it's like 2D Temple Run, except you're a cookie.
No, it's like Jetpack Wrong, but
Oh
you
yeah,
have
it's
the
like Jetpack Joyride, essentially.
Oh,
Except you
yeah.
can't
Is this
fly, you run.
is this some
Yeah.
like mobile game?
This is a
Oh,
mobile game.
It
It
sounds
is.
awesome.
Dude, okay, this game is so complex. It has a battle pass.
That's a...
Alright, hold on. Let me open it up real quick and tell you how many parts there are to this menu.
Okay. It's just crazy though, because like battle passes are kind of become. I mean,
Oh, Carson,
whereas
you
what's up?
cut off.
I cut off.
Yeah.
What I was just saying is battle passes are kind of like becoming the new thing, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Like it used to be just like season passes and you get this map, but then like oh you realize oh, it's dividing your player base, so now they do battle passes and everyone gets everything, but you get like cosmetic upgrades and stuff like that, and it's like just kind of interesting seeing the whole dichotomy change
Yeah,
in
definitely.
the way we look at this stuff.
So,
And
oh, you can. But
I was just gonna say I think it's probably a better way of doing things, but yeah, you were saying.
I actually want to continue about that later, but continue, Lucas.
So I used to play this game when I was like 10, like on my iPod Touch.
Yeah.
And now I look at it, in the menu, it has 12 different options for just stuff to do. Then you click on one of the options, it's the gacha store. 12 chests for characters, 12 chests for pets, 2 chests for treasures, and then 4 draws for costumes. And like, it's literally just a game where you walk to the right. Like, you just run to the right and try to get the most points.
Yeah.
Except it's also so overblown that, like you immediately, like, one single jelly bean, you collect lines of jelly beans, like coins in Jetpack Joyride.
Okay.
One jelly bean is worth, like, 100,000 points.
Yeah.
It's crazy how, like, inflated this game is. And also, the weirdest part, this game is huge in South Korea.
Mm.
And they have a really, like, racist fan base.
What? What is it with gamers being Well, I mean,
Whoa.
I was gonna say like, what is with gamers being racist, but like, I think that's been like,
Like, but so these are gingerbread. You play as gingerbread men, and people drew the gingerbread men as cookies, and someone drew one of them as a skin tone another person didn't like. So then there was this huge argument that spread across the entire thing over whether this cookie from Cookie Run, the mobile game, is black or white.
Hey, you know what they say? Human subcultures are infinitely fractal. People will just argue about anything. It's so funny.
It is really funny.
No, but what you were saying about the like one, what was it, jelly bean is worth like 100,000 points.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just like makes me think of like the developers of Disgaea, how everything in that game is like absolutely absurd numbers. That's funny.
So, like, it's interesting because you can, using that system, it makes things a lot more complex for the player, but it makes it possible for so much more to happen, like, on the developer side.
Yeah.
Like, inflating numbers, like, you'll see at the end of, RPGs, you'll be doing, like, 100,000 damage to this monster with 4 trillion health.
Yeah.
And, like,
Oh yeah.
the reason they do that is because, like, every single character has to have individual spells and, like, curves where each of their spells does a different amount of damage, and then there's, like, fluctuations between every single, like, the amount of damage you do can be random within a certain pool, and, like, that leaves so many options open. I don't see the benefit to making one jelly bean with 100,000 points in this.
Yeah, I mean that's even that's just like a score system. It's not like you're doing damage and it's not an RPG.
Yeah, like you're literally you run against other players in some modes and like compare your score to them. So like I'll get like 95 million points compared to these other people who get like 28,000 points, 150,000 or million points. Like, it's half the time I can't even read the numbers because like there's just so much. This game's so intimidating, and it's a game where you just run to the right as a cookie.
Maybe they just want to like show off what processors can do nowadays, like just like dealing with the numbers that insanely large.
Count that number right now.
I don't
quick.
know. Maybe they just want to like make little kids feel like, oh shit, I got a 10 bajillion points.
I mean, I think that might be it. Like,
It's
Yeah.
probably that.
I mean,
It's
it
probably that.
feels good. Like when I run to the right, thinking about nothing but my cookie jumping up and down, and then I look and I got 4 trillion points. I'm like, oh, yes, nice. I'm
Nah,
the
yeah.
best.
Yeah.
When here, actually I want to tell this story because so it was like I think it was like 10 for me, 11,
Mhm.
and I think yeah. So Lucas sent like a link for like a reward or whatever that he needed to invite a friend.
Oh, and like the game.
Yeah, in the game. Yeah. So it's like, like how sometimes mobile games will be like, oh, invite your friend to this, to the app.
Yeah, yeah. You invite a friend, you get like 10 trillion like jelly beans.
Yeah. But here was the catch. Even that was not it. I would have to join. I would have to play through the game a little bit and get to a certain part. Like, I mean, it wasn't that much, but like playing the actual gameplay of the game, I had to repeat it a couple of times. And throughout the whole time, I was just like, because I heard about Cookie Run. This is before Lucas told me. It wasn't the first time. I heard it like many times before about it, but I never knew what it was actually. I just thought it was like my story based game or something. I was like, oh, okay, I think that's what it is.
Just never thought about it. So
Yeah, I just seen a couple of characters, or the cookies rather, but I had to go through that game, or I had to play like not 20 times. That's over the top, but I had to get to a certain point, and then that wasn't it. After that, I would have to play with Lucas
Yeah, he had to play with me.
for like one match, which was fine, which was better. But like, I didn't really mind doing the whole thing. But like, what bothered me was that is that you have to play. Well, I don't know if it's true. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lucas, because you would know more than you would know more than me about the game. But is that you would have to play the game quite a couple of times just to play the multiplayer aspect of the game.
Yeah. So
So
the way it works is at the very beginning in the tutorial, you have to unlock 3 characters before you can get to the multiplayer aspect. And the way you unlock multiple characters is by playing one character 3 times. So then you have to play 9 different games to get to the multiplayer parts.
wait, so I could have
Lucas,
just
Lucas.
died each 3 times and just got it.
I'm not sure. I think there might have been a point minimum what you needed to
Oh,
get
okay.
those. But my
Lucas, can I just say what you were just like talking about? It sounds like that one joke from Parks and Rec where he's like, "Oh, if you get 10 of these like sparkle points, you'll get a diamond badge, and if you get 100 diamond badges, eventually you'll get way up to a big chungus or something." He just did like exactly that. It's just impressively convoluted.
all of this that Danny did was to acquire me another cookie to run with.
Yeah, and yeah, that was it.
Stingy.
It's
Like,
the cookie.
honest-
Hey, it is my favorite cookie in the game, and I use it whenever I'm running. So like,
Well, that's good.
Yeah, like
That's
honestly,
good.
I really did not mind doing it for Lucas, but I was just like, Jesus, how much does it
Danny,
want me to
one
do?
thing I want to explain is that I did it with a friend. It didn't work the first time.
Oh,
So I had to do it again with you.
I really wanted to do it because I felt like Eddie was gonna be like, Danny, go do it. And I think he did
I'm
say
pretty sure
that.
he did. I'm pretty sure he
Yeah.
did say that.
Yeah, like I'm gonna check back, but I was just like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it because I was like, if I needed like someone to do this type of stuff for me, do the invite link thing, I would do it. But I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but the game is very fun. That's the thing. What we were saying earlier, just like it it, it takes my attention span pretty well. So
Yeah, I had to scroll up to see what when we were talking about it. I said, "Hey, are one of you willing to help me?" You said, "For what?" And then Eddie said, "You heard the man, Danny." But also, there were 5 Big Chungus memes sent, and this happened sent in between then, and this was sent Wednesday.
What's up with the fucking oh my, you know what that reminds me actually? My friend said that I don't know well, I'm pretty sure well, I know it's not true, but he said that like I had a obsession with the Bit Chungus meme.
It's a good meme, dude.
And I mean it was funny, but like I was like, wait, what do you mean? I probably like posted like probably twice, and probably like out of like everyone else in our friend groups, it was
Ew.
probably like, the most. And I was like, come on, it was 2 times. You probably saw it more on your TL. I fucking hate Big Chungus, but it's funny to laugh at.
I hate Big Chungus. I don't want to laugh at him anymore.
Big
Please
Chungus is
stop.
just one of my like friend group's go-to words when we have nothing to say.
Dude, same here. One of my friends, whenever he's like trying to think of something, he replaces random nouns with Chungus because he can't think of the
Yeah.
name.
Yep,
Like
that's
we'll be talking about a friend, except he can't think of their name in the moment because like we're rushing.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh yeah, Chungus is over there."
I appreciate that.
Dude, Fanboy and Chum Chum has become a meme in like the past week.
It has.
It's
I'm,
really
Yeah.
funny.
I'm pretty here for it.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty here for it. Dude,
I
you know what I
forget-
haven't seen? Fanboy and Chungus. I feel like it has to happen eventually, but I feel like it hasn't.
I saw. No, I don't get. Well, I looked at Fanboy and Chungus, and I mean, some people have make jokes about like the phrase, but no one has actually made like a picture.
It can't
But
be
you know
that hard.
It could be the first.
Be the
Save
first.
the world.
But I also really hate how, like, the discussion, Big Chungus, because every time I hear that, or every time I hear Big Chungus, I think of that one fucking guy who makes those like satirical Instagram videos where it's like supposed to make fun of those comedy videos you would see on Instagram and all that.
Not
Uh,
familiar, but
I don't want to sing this song, but it's like I don't know, it sounds so dumb out of context, but like I think I would have to send it to you, like, or I would just send it if I find it right now. I'll send it in the chat.
okay.
But that's the first thing that goes into my mind, and I hate it so much.
Lucas, I'm on the App Store right now, and I looked up Cookie Run. It's Cookie Run Oven Break, right? It's that's what it says.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's also an RPG version.
That's
Oh,
great.
there. Oh, I guess I was right.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this, and it's like Kendall said something really funny to just imagine that this is like that popular. You said in Korea now, like it's
Yeah.
that big, and it's. I assume it has like microtransactions, right?
Yes, yes.
So there's definitely people who
Oh,
like
yeah.
spend like a lot on this game, and it's just like, crazy how it's become a thing. But I also want to say that I do like. I enjoy the art. It's very like I see a bunch of like the people you can play as, and some of the designs are pretty neat.
I think it's a good game. I think it's just so like unuser friendly for a game about escaping an oven as a gingerbread cookie.
Must watch that Magic trailer.
I will say, if I mean, I don't play mobile games at all. I don't really play games as much, technically, because all I play is like FIFA. I've been playing online poker with my friend.
Ooh,
The Prominence game on Steam. It's free. It's pretty good actually. And then like,
like
real money from
gambler?
time to time. Yeah.
it's
I
real money.
lost all my money in Vegas,
Oh,
Lucas.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, y'all. I can't fund the Hive Boys anymore. I have to
Okay.
find new investors. But yeah, I haven't really been playing that much. like I have a Switch right here like all the time that I could just like take anywhere, play like River City Girls, Smash, Mario Kart even. But like I don't know what I want to play nowadays unless like I have the opportunity to get a new game.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Like, I've been going through this phase where I just can't play RPGs anymore. It sucks. RPG is my favorite genre, but it's so hard. They're so like hard to get into.
Isn't that just Danganronpa?
No, it's a visual novel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Danganronpa is a visual novel.
Oh, I knew it was an RPG, but I didn't know it was actually a visual novel.
It's
Really?
like
It's a visual novel?
yeah. It's I'm surprised I got through that. It's a lot. Yeah, that's
Kind of sounds like you become an old man, Lucas.
I am
Yeah.
an old man.
After
Kind
3
of sounds
games,
like
see-
you grew up and now you're not gonna play video games no more.
I think I was well. The problem is that I think the problem I realize is the fact that whenever when I used to play RPGs a lot, I always had like a go-to play this game if you don't want to think anymore game afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Like Doom. Doom is the best example I had of that. Like right after I played Xenoblade 2, I was like, all right, I'm going to play Doom so that I don't have to think for a little while.
Yeah.
Except like because of that, I would swap between huge RPG and then like 2 shorter games. Except games are hard to make. So other people don't make that many games. So I just have like 18 RPGs on my shelf and like 1 non-thinking game.
Yeah.
and that game is called Undertale.
I'm never playing Undertale again. You can't make me.
I thought you said you haven't played Undertale. I'm like, wait, that sounds like a lie. You completed the whole game for the channel.
It was
The genocide run.
It was so much. Dude, I peed
Oh, yeah.
twice.
Oh yeah, I want to tell everyone too is that if we didn't do like a recording, Lucas would have finished the whole game in its place.
I would have. I was considering doing like Hollow Knight.
Oh, that would have been a good game, but
Oh,
how
that's
long is that? I
a
thought
good
that was yeah. Isn't that like a decently long game?
Not if you speedrun it, which I know how to do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It would be
I hear-
like 3 hours.
Wow.
3 hours. Oh, that's not even bad at all, technically. But, jeez. I've been thinking about trying to find like a game to speedrun for a bit, but I don't know which games it would be. Like I can only.
I
think
hear
of,
I hear
like,
people say so often that if you want to get into speedrun, you should play like Mario Odyssey
Oh,
Really?
I love Mario.
because it's so like user friendly and just like easy to play. And
Yeah.
it's like the 4th most popular speed game right now, and people have so many tutorials that it's probably the best thing to get into to learn how to speedrun even.
That makes sense, and I feel like that's fitting too with 64, and
Mhm.
to, and then Odyssey being the actual like good starting point.
Hmm. Even 64 is a good option just because it is like one of the most popular ever.
Yeah.
Just either
I-
those two, Ocarina of Time or Super Metroid, are like just the biggest speed games and have like probably the most tutorials.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. I didn't.
See,
I
even
actually
think about
I
that.
tried doing like a sort of speedrun of Odyssey recently. I just played through the game like I tried to do it quickly. I didn't like really look at a guide or really try super hard. I just kind of wanted to rush through the game, see what I could do. It was fun.
A speedrunning like that, I think, is probably like the most fun way you'll ever play a speedrun, just because it's like usually
Intense.
Um,
Actually, the reason I did it actually because for school I recently did an essay where we had to analyze someone's argument, and because my professor is like cool, we were allowed to do like YouTube videos and like video essays and crap like that. So I chose to do mine over the Joseph Anderson Mario Odyssey video. You know the one
Oh, is it?
I
Super
do
Mario
not-
Odyssey.
not-
It's no masterpiece. You know that one,
Yeah,
the
that-
2 hour long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
remember
chose
when Twitter was
that.
on it.
It was pretty fun to analyze. I mean, I get a lot of what he says about the game, like for sure, but I do feel he like harps on certain points too long, and then the whole video is too long in general. And he also is like kind of dumb in some points. Like he complains for like 5 minutes about bench friends when it's like just a joke moon, and I don't- it's so that part's kind of dumb. But he is generally like a good critic usually.
I feel like
Like he would just complain that like, oh, I guess I gotta sit on every bench now because this one bench gave me a moon, and it's just like, can you not recognize like a one-off joke mechanic? I don't know.
And even
That's
then, like, the game isn't tailored around getting every single moon. The
Yeah.
game is tailored around, oh, there's a bunch of them, so if you want to complete the game without getting every one, then do that. But if you're a completionist, you're going to be checking every bench anyways.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a completionist, you're going to check that stuff. So they put that stuff there for people to just have fun with it. So, like, I can understand it, but, like, it's clearly not your audience that you're trying to get to, if that's your problem. Like, I learned recently, I debated it, Hollow Knight is probably my favorite game now.
Oh.
And it used to be Mother 3. It's still, like, a constant war in my head.
Yeah.
But, like, it's, I'm not into speedrunning games just because I'm so scared of messing stuff up and then having to restart everything. Except with Hollow Knight, they have a built-in, like, one of the achievements is beat the game under 5 hours. And, like, since it's my favorite game, I was like, alright, I'll just get every achievement. And, like, it was neat playing it under 5 hours, but, like, I was so stressed doing it. Like, I can't get behind that. Which is why, like, looking at people who do this stuff on a daily basis, just playing the same game over and over and over again, trying to get 1 second lower, it's crazy to me.
It's definitely not for everyone. But you gotta say that you admire their ability to get so much value out of one game.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I can't. But speedrunning's fun to watch. I like HDQ and all that stuff.
I've been watching Dark Viper HQ, something like that, and he does speedrunning on GTA 5. And
GTA 5 speedrun is so cool.
It is. It
I
really
do not
is.
understand how they move that way, but
What?
just like the way they drive is so like optimal, and it looks like they go faster than I swear is possible in the game because
Yeah. No,
like,
I know what you
have
mean.
no
Yeah.
idea. Like I have no
'Cause
idea.
They use. I mean, for Franklin, I know they use it. His ability.
Yeah, they use his slow time driving ability.
and it boosts them by like, the speed and all.
Lucas, have you played GTA 5?
Very slightly.
I have.
Okay, well, definitely do it at some point. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoy it though because like, it's interesting because I don't watch the whole streams. I don't because like that's 10 hours of content for like each completed speed run, and that's if they the speedrunner completes GTA 5 run.
Oh, you know what's even better? The 100% run for GTA 5.
Oh Jesus!
Because they have to like route all the like random like trick jumps they have to do along the way, and it's like super interesting to like see routing.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Does that include I forget. It's like that weird organization where you have to do
The
the
organization, like Kiflam, whatever.
Kiflam. Yeah.
The cult, yeah.
That's part of
probably
it.
does, but I haven't seen all of it.
Oh Jesus!
It probably does.
I can't imagine. Like, I did do it once. So, very recently. So, like, I can't imagine sitting down and playing a game for 10 hours. But, like, thinking about it, I've done that before. Very recently, because... So, the current situation with Danganronpa that I'm having, I've been playing Danganronpa. And my one friend, I convinced him to buy all 3 games because it was on sale for $20. And I was like... Well, I didn't convince him. I was just like, hey, Kevin, have you ever heard of Danganronpa? It's on sale. And then he was like, oh, okay. So then he bought all 3 games. And then me and him started playing Danganronpa off of his account. He would just go offline so he could play it while I'm playing.
Yeah.
But then 3 more friends decided, oh, let's also try Danganronpa. So now these 3 people are all grabbing at one library where only one person can be on at a time.
Online.
And so I learned about a trick, but before I learned about this trick, the day before, by the way, I was on Danganronpa V3, and I was like, all right, I'm going to put an end to this today. I was on chapter 3, and I woke up that morning and said, I'm beating this. I sat down for 14 hours
Ugh.
and played through the entire game. And then the next day, we learned that we could just log into his account and then go offline.
Yeah.
So, like, that was all for nothing. I sat down that entire day for nothing.
I hope you remembered like any.
What?
I feel like if you played that much in one day, you're just gonna forget a lot of it.
No, I remember it.
You remember? Okay.
I have actually.
Oh, you continue. You continue. I can.
I have like. What's it called? I have seen like a bit of Danganronpa stuff, where, like, what it's about, kind of.
Mhm.
I don't understand it. I really don't understand it, and I was just, because like, I know it's like a detective game technically, right? Because you got to find out like who murdered who.
It's like a who done it, but also like the Survivor, like the reality show, I think,
Yeah,
or like they're like
Total
banished
Drama Island.
instead of being banished, they're executed or something. I don't know. I haven't actually played Danganronpa.
I think that's
Yeah.
how it works. Yeah.
Well, so, without spoiling too much, it's a game where you are trapped somewhere, depending on the game, and you're forced to participate in a killing game, where you either live your entire life in the school, or you kill someone, and if you kill someone and nobody catches you, you get away with it, you get out of the school, and everyone else dies, just gets executed. But if they figure out that you did it, then you get executed, and everyone else has to continue living in the school until it happens again.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense with context now.
I like that setup a lot because it feels like it'll be pretty dynamic. There's not going to be just like one kill you figure out at the end of the game. It's going to be a very thing. That's what
Yeah.
it seems like to me. I've never played.
It's like, it's
A lot
like
of
a
twists.
horrifying concept.
Yeah.
Like, you're forced to live with 15 people who are constantly have the chance to just murder you.
They are incredibly incentivized to kill you.
And also, you are constantly motivated. Like, you are given motives to kill, like, every maybe 3 days. Like, one motive will be, if nobody dies, then I will reveal your deepest, darkest secret to everyone. Or if nobody dies, we'll kill your entire family. Or if nobody dies, or one of them was, if you kill somebody, you get $3 million. So, like, you're constantly, everyone can be working against you. They're the only people you can live with, and you're just forced in this very small, like, the size of a school place, where you just have to live and hope that you don't die or kill someone.
That's
It's a very interesting concept.
I don't know. Hopefully, it's not too much of a spoiler. I do know like something that's like a huge part about the games is that hope and despair.
Yeah, that's from the beginning. Like, they try and make it evident that the reason this is happening is that whoever is running it wants to destroy everyone's hope and make them fall into despair.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's really
By
interesting.
despair.
I guess like the choice of words too is interesting because I guess what would be like the generic 2 words that would be like similar to hope and despair, like not right and wrong, but like
Yeah.
I guess you could think of it like that way, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Like, the game's, like, really funny, too. Like, it's hard. I don't know how they do it, but they figured out a way to make the game really funny while keeping the tension. All because, hold on. So we don't have a green screen anymore, by the way. So I can't put this picture up.
Fuck.
Just put like it like right in front of everyone.
But so this is the main villain, or the person that is shown as the main villain. It's essentially a
Oh, yeah.
robot. It's essentially a robot that is controlled by them. And this character has the ability to pop up out of nowhere whenever they want, and then just say whatever they want with no consequence, because they're running this entire thing. So like they'll constantly like pop out of nowhere after you and a girl just came out of the bathhouse, and then like one of my favorite quotes is he'll say, "Oh my God, you just came out of the bathhouse with her, did you?" And then the next slide says, "Removed to conform with local and international censorship laws."
I love that kind of joke.
It was like, this character is really funny, which sucks because he's also like evil murderer type of person.
Like an asshole too, I guess.
Yeah. Like, he's an asshole to you. Like, he specifically goes out of his way to make sure your life is as awful as possible. But he's so funny, too.
Jesus. I know the game is pretty graphic, too, for, like, its murders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of those executions.
The executions... So, the first 3 are really good. And then the rest are, like, just kind of comical executions until 3, where they get to that really good mix of, like, comical for the reason... So, the way the executions work, every single person in this school is the ultimate something. Like, there are people who are the ultimate musician, ultimate
Chungus.
Yeah, ultimate Chungus.
Gamer.
There is ultimate gamer.
There is?
Yeah.
That's
But so-
Chucky or something. I know
Yeah.
her.
Dude, I don't even remember her name. How the fuck do you? But so, someone like the ultimate gamer, for instance, they're all executed based on how they act and like their ultimate ability. So like the ultimate
Sounds like
gamer could be like crushed with a Tetris block, or like
Gamers.
there's like the ultimate baseball star. He's like strapped to a pole, and then he's just pelted with baseballs until he dies.
This sounds like some Willy Wonka stuff.
It is. Like, it's meant to be it's meant to be goofy but still scary, and I think it pulls it off really good most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely on my list of stuff to check out.
Yeah. I've been seeing it pop up on my YouTube recommended, like, it's some of the parts of the game, and it just looks really good to play.
My favorite thing ever is I saw this one video. It was this dude, black guy, I'll mention that because it's important. So he's playing it, and then Monokuma, he's presenting a motive, and he goes, so some lines are just voice acted, and he looks at the screen and goes, "Today I'm feeling black," and then fucking, that dude just looks at the screen with a dead stare, and it was so funny.
Racism.
I love racism.
Okay.
No, Lucas, you can't say
No,
that.
no. What up? Something else.
Dude, you know it's a good game because they made a Yokai Watch reference.
Okay, well,
Oh, okay, it doesn't have many fans then, I guess.
All 7 fans. You just angered all 7 fans of Yokai Watch.
And one of them isn't here.
oh, 6 fans.
Oh,
Right,
actually-
one of them was erased. We erased Eddie, canonically.
Oh, yeah. So 6 fans now, yeah. 6 fans.
I bought a copy of Yokai Watch and I have never played it.
It's pretty good. I
I'm
can't
sure.
say much beyond that.
Literally, I'm pretty sure the reason I did not play it is because I was going to one night, and I was like talking to my friend at school about it. Like, hey, I just bought Yokai Watch, and I was like, cool, I'm probably gonna play it. And he's like, oh, are you gonna pick the girl? Because he was like, oh, you gotta pick the girl. This girl's only good, way better than Nate. Fuck the Nate. Oh my god, you gotta pick the girl. And I was just like, oh, I was gonna pick the boy, but I think that like decision just got stuck in my head, and I never wanted to start the game because I was like, oh god, which one do I pick?
It literally makes like no impact other than the way your parents look and the way your house looks.
I'm sure it doesn't. That was just like really dumb. I
One
don't
thing
know.
one thing I've always thought is interesting about Yokai Watch is that whenever you play as a male or female, the other one still exists in the universe. So
Oh.
like you live in whoever's house
Yeah.
you are. So like it's actually a different house. It's not just the same house, but you're a different person. I've always thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
pretty cool.
Man, all this started because of Yokai Watch. Like everyone, the Hive Boys chat, me being friends with, not Carson. I was friends with Carson before that.
Yeah.
But like Eddie,
Who? No, just continue. Continue.
I became friends with him, and then he introduced me to Danny, and then all this just steamrolled into this, which is very good. It's weird, like how weird
Things
3DS
work out.
game that 6 people like turned into me joining a whole friend group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things happen. It's cool.
That's what happens when the a game only has like 6 fans.
I'm sorry. Listen, we made a conjoined iFunny account, and it worked for a week.
Oh, funny.
I mean, I think the main reason I have like my current friend group was just because I walked up to him one day in the hall and I was like, "Hey, you playing Pokemon?" He was like, "Oh yeah," and that was pretty much it as far as I remember.
I don't even know how I got my other friend group. Like, it's so strange to me how I used to have 3 friend groups, and then that one friend group turned into drug addicts.
Hmm.
So the 2 friend groups I have no idea how I met one of them, and the other one was formed because I liked Yokai Watch, and this other kid, 15-year-old kid, liked Yokai Watch too.
That's fantastic.
And yeah, now it all into like just how it is now. No one plays Yokai Watch anymore, even if you have the game, right? Right,
They're
Carson?
making a new one though, right, for Switch?
They
Yeah.
are?
They're making like
They are.
4.
They're making Yokai Watch 4 for Switch. They're remaking 2. Or they're remaking the first game. They're remaking it on Switch. And they just released 3 in America, like, last year.
Yeah. I'm sure that went well.
Eddie wanted to play it. He couldn't find a copy. They made so little copies.
Yeah.
It's-
They're not sold out. They just did not make enough.
Yeah.
No, they just didn't want to sell it to Eddie in particular.
Yeah, because Eddie got like ganked.
Dude,
But
I found a copy. I'm happy about it.
Hell yeah.
if they're remaking the first game, I didn't know that. I might check that out.
I know they're remaking it. I'm not sure if they're translating it yet.
Oh yeah, because it's America.
Yeah. Like Yokai
That's-
Watch, even in its peak, was like leagues more
Popular in Japan.
popular in Japan, and now like it used to sell. I think the first game sold like 27 million copies, and then the third game sold like I think 3. So like, the Yokai Watch craze has kind of fallen off.
Mm.
But I think they're still making them just because, like, I'm sure it turns a profit, and I mean, people
Yeah, may
still
as well.
enjoyed it.
People have jobs and stuff they're working on. I'm sure if they gave it another shot here in America, it'd work out like all right. Just
It
because
just-
everything sells better on Switch now, so, you know.
It needs better marketing too for if it wants to.
I remember that. I remember like watching some Yokai Watch like fan on YouTube. He was like talking about how the market in America was so bad.
Yeah.
All I remember is like the one yokai that's like a ass and he was like farting and it was like, oh my god.
Farting.
Cheek squeak.
My cheek
Boy.
Huh.
So I'm sure
So-
marketing was definitely a factor.
The third game in Japan sold worse than the second game, but better than the first game.
Hmm.
The second game was really good. I think the third game Yeah, I'd probably place it there in like good scale. But I'm just
Tierness.
interested. I'm just interested in seeing like where they could go from here. Cause like it's kind of just like Yokai Watch has really like dual screen centered gameplay. Like Pokemon is just menus, but this one was really centered around the DS, like how The World Ends With You was.
Yeah.
And that
okay.
port, oh my god.
I played the Switch port of World End With You. I thought it was alright. I didn't buy it, but I like, played it with a friend.
I couldn't get over the controls. I want to finish it. I want to finish it. I couldn't get over the controls. It was like.
Who's like using their keyboard?
Oh, that's
Sorry.
probably Lucas.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for
Just
having
want you to know
great
that
keyboards.
if that's gonna be picked up on the podcast.
Fuck. And the podcast. No.
And it's over.
There's people who were listening to this part. They were just like,
Hive was really going down since season 1. I miss when they said the N-word.
No. Wait, actually, I want to talk about what Carson mentioned earlier about the Battle Pass.
Yeah.
And no, it really, when you said that, like how it's happening more often, like I noticed that more, but I didn't really think about what it really meant, or what it, how it was affecting like video games and its markets and all that. Because you said that like it was dividing its player bases and changed the economy of like what people wanna get.
Previous DLC models, like season passes in like Call of Duty, for example, where you would get like 4 maps, you pay that, but then those maps are going to be hard to find people to play with on because all the people who could not afford it or did not want to buy the season pass just can't play on it, and then you divide your player base between old and new maps and stuff like that. And that's why around like 2015, 2016 with like Overwatch, every single map that came out was free, every single character that came out was free, but they monetized the game with the loot boxes, and that was another big thing.
Yeah.
So it's loot boxes and it's battle passes, which I think they're going to be called battle passes from now on, because I don't know what else to call them.
Yeah. And that's because of Fortnite, funny enough.
But Epic Games really started the thing.
People will, I mean, I know people are pretty like, on one side or on the opposite side of what they think about Fortnite, but like, it is fact that like, when the game came out as a free game, as a free-to-play game with its battle pass being monetized as, as much as it could be, it really changed on what developers wanted to do in the future, because loot boxes was already a thing. We remember how Battlefront was like a huge disaster about how people hated it. And then there was Battlefront 2 where it was still a disaster. So,
arguably worse, if I recall.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was worse. The fan reaction was not like positive at all, and if it's any better right now, it's way too late.
If it's any better right now, no one cares. It's already passed.
Yeah.
No one's playing that. Ain't no one playing that.
Yeah. But hold up, give me one sec. Keep on talking, you two. Sorry.
Hey Danny, your mic, I think your like volume might be a little low, so I just want to make sure everything's good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
turned them up on my end.
You turned them up on yours? Alright, I'll make sure everything's getting picked up.
Yeah.
But going off like the Battlefront, when like the new Star Wars game came out, like what is it, Jedi? Is it called Jedi something?
Jedi
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order, is that what it's called? No.
I think it's called.
But like when that came out,
Jedi Fallen Order, yeah.
Jedi Fallen Order, yeah. I have heard so little about that game. Like, is that just me, or like?
I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, actually.
You have? Okay.
If I heard anything about it, it was good. I know there's like some people just saying like, haha, it's buggy, but
yeah,
nowadays video games are just gonna be buggy because of how they want to get it on the release date, and you could see as a good or bad thing, but it is
that's
like
kind
that.
of an unfortunate truth. Shouldn't be that way, but
There's also like the only person I have heard talk like who had a negative review of the game. Like a lot of people I saw, they would talk about the glitches, but it would mostly be positive. The only person I saw have a negative review of the game was Donkey.
Hmm.
and like I don't really trust Donkey that much anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Donkey doesn't.
Some of the content that he'll put out sometimes, it doesn't like it's not like it's not because I disagree with him that like much and I'm like, "Oh, really?" It's like it feels like it's trying to appeal for like a certain value, I guess. You know, it's like
Certain
it's
kind of
riding
person.
yeah, it's like riding on the wave of like where people will join together to not like to agree that they don't like something.
Like fuck
You know what I
X
mean?
thing.
Yeah, like I don't know,
I
like
haven't watched Donkey in a long time, but I do. He is definitely like a funny guy. The problem is, I feel like when he tries to do something like a more serious, in-depth look at something, he can do it like sometimes. When I feel like his video on like critics was like really well done, I think, but other stuff, it's just like he still tries to be funny, and I feel like it could kind of hurt his overall like claim or message and stuff like that, and it just comes off as
definitely. And I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really heavily matter that much because he's just a content creator.
absolutely not.
And then I think it's just like just it could be just us really because our humor and just perception of how we see media it
Yeah,
just changes. So like you know how like a lot of people say like oh I don't when they play something they don't want to care about you know really that much they just want to play because it's
they
fun.
don't care that the creator is a bad person, or they don't care that
Yeah,
people were not paid for overtime or stuff like that.
yeah,
Like that's an understandable opinion, like separating author from creation.
yeah. I
I
mean
I don't know if I do that, but
I mean if for me personally I would not do that just because the way I see it it's like I see it in a different perspective but like if as long as like if people are saying like they want to separate it for their own reasons that's fine but I'm pretty sure everyone can agree at least saying like oh what how they do it is horrible
yeah,
so I guess like in that way to look at it there's also that though I know there's people who are like I mean if they can exploit it they can exploit it which is that's when I probably want to argue about that stuff
hmm.
but yeah um
Anyway,
Well,
uh
Lucas,
uh-huh.
what's up?
I mean, nothing much. I think we could end the podcast now. I think we've talked
Really?
about what we need to
Has it
talk
been
about.
that long?
It's been an
Really?
hour and 2 minutes.
oh okay yeah
Yeah, that's how these normally go. It feels a little slow in the beginning, and then we just kind of get lost in conversation, and then
Then
we
you
end up
just
here.
go for it, and it's smooth riding through the desert bus all the way to Nevada.
All right. Um, this has
I'd
been.
like to go a little longer. I'd like to see, like y'all usually talk about stuff you've been playing recently, right?
oh
Yeah,
yeah
I feel like, well, I guess we kind of have done that a little bit.
yeah. Like I talked about Danganronpa. That's really
Hmm.
all I've played since like the last podcast, just because
oh wait
it's
Yeah.
so
actually
much.
you talked about Danganronpa and League and Yokai.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were talking about Balloon Tower Defense. Did I talk about what I was playing?
You talked about
You
FIFA a
mentioned
little bit.
FIFA. You mentioned FIFA.
Yeah. I mean, no, I also been playing Apex from time to time, and oh, mm, 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 we're still going, right?
Yeah, we
Yep.
are
Yeah.
still going.
Okay, the Battle Pass, right? That game also has a Battle Pass too, and it's
Yeah,
a free
that's
to play
right.
game.
That's right.
And I still do have some stuff to say about the Battle Pass. So before we always have known that like that the season pass was like the normal thing for like Call of Duty for like uh
It's probably like
I don't
10 years even.
yeah it's been going on for so long and that's like the standard for it and that's for like other games too and you still see it like with Smash Ultimate with its battle fighters pass
Hmm.
it's the same concept basically because you don't know what you're going to get in the future but you're paying for it at before
Hmm.
it happens uh but with the battle pass that really changes it up a lot because some games are going free, like to install to own the game,
Hmm.
rather than paying for it. But then that reminds me too, because I don't know if y'all remember, but I don't know if it was Left 4 Dead 1 or 2, but one of the games when it was on console or on its console release for Xbox,
Hmm.
they wanted the DLC to be free so that anyone could access them.
Yep. This was two.
Oh, it was 2? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Valve originally wanted it to be free, like because they had a kind of DLC thing where it was pretty much, if I recall, just the entire first game remastered, but with two stuff.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
when they made the console port, Microsoft wanted it to be charged, and I believe they got their way.
Yeah.
And then that's
And-
just more division and arguably unethical practices.
Hell
Yeah. And yeah, that really makes me think because it's technically, even though the battle pass is new as a concept, it's not new of what the intentions are. It's just to, of course, make money, but
Yeah.
it's to monetize content in any sort of way.
Yep.
Right now, it's monetizing content that are cosmetics. In Call of Duty's case, it's guns, which affect gameplay, of course. And but at the same time, Battlefront, it was advertising its cosmetics, or its battle pass loot boxes to be only cosmetics only, where it doesn't affect the game. But that was false
Yep.
when it was released. So right now, it's in a weird state because they're trying to find a balance of where they can still monetize as much as they can, so that players will like want to buy its content that it's trying to monetize off.
So you
But
get money without pissing people off.
yeah, and I'm sure that they do care about that, but of course for their own gain. And then FIFA, even FIFA, surprisingly enough, I feel like it's going to be one of the biggest catalysts for like whatever happens in the future with monetization in video games. It's been having issues with in some countries like Belgium, where it's like it outlawed its loot boxes,
Yeah,
or
some you just outlaw that stuff, and it's really funny to see.
yeah,
Loot
it's
boxes are now
Danny,
outlawed.
and
It's-
Catch
'cause it
you
is
with a loot
essentially-
box, you are going to jail.
Yeah, 'cause it is essentially gambling, and they would
Yeah.
ban that. Danny, is monetization like bad in FIFA right now? Because I always hear
Oh.
I hear the horror stories of like 2K and just how much money that can cost. Like you spend like 99 cents on getting your like in-game avatar a haircut, and it's just like what the.
It's horrible. It's really horrible. These big, and there's like a lot of from what you hear. There's I'm pretty sure there could be more because here's the baseline. So you have all these choices of what kind of packs you want to get. It goes from like the lowest to highest, and
Okay.
you could either use the in-game money, which you get from winning games, from objectives, and you stack it up to get some packs, right? But you can only get probably like one or two once a day, right?
Yeah, so you
Uh,
only get so much from just playing the game, so it incentivizes you to spend money.
Yeah, and then and from those packs you could get players, and you can sell them for a profit, which is good. But most of the time you're not going to get if you're buying the lower, or the lower tier packs, it's not going to happen most of the time. It's probably you're going to get a loss.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the alternative, which is most common in video games, where it's you buy points for packs,
Mm-hmm.
and that's an issue. There's been like rumors where EA, the company, or EA Sports, they've been giving FIFA YouTubers free FIFA points, free packs to open, and
Ugh.
and where they kind of manipulate. Well, I'm not. I might be wrong about that, so I won't mention that. But where they give them free packs so that they can put out those YouTube videos where they get the.
They get the
They-
legendary Stephen Curry or crap like that.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's a basketball player.
Obviously, obviously they're gonna have the best stats.
Mm-hmm. So, essentially, what it sounds like is they are giving YouTubers a bunch of free packs and maybe not confirmed. It's like altering the odds so they get good stuff, so they have a better video, and then kids will see that video and then put their parents' credit card and be like, "I want the Stephen Curry," and then it just is a vicious cycle of, "Hey, do you want the thing?"
Yeah, and it doesn't even end there. First, it's worse. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so in the FIFA game, it's online, right?
Yeah.
Oh, online, I should say too. So it's you can get some players, very few players, like one character where it's like high, maybe high rated, maybe average technically, from objectives, but it doesn't happen often, and players aren't, or the player base is starting to notice that like they don't really care about those. That's how you get character or players that way. They just care where you spend stuff for it, where it's
Yep.
based on chance rather than not what you complete. So there's that, and then there was also for oh yeah, even when FIFA YouTubers were buying packs, there was this one YouTuber, I forget how much he spent, but it was probably like $10,000 in total.
Oh,
And it might have been with another YouTuber in total with that, but $10,000 was spent, right?
yeah.
And what these packs were advertising, I believe they didn't even get any of them. There was like 11. Yeah, think of it like there's like 11 of the best,
Mhm.
and then out of like 100,000, right?
So only that many you care about, and then they didn't even get any.
Yeah, and that's $10,000. Maybe it's lower, maybe it's higher, maybe, but it's at the end of the day, it's unnecessary. The money
It's
spent
just
is
frustrating seeing all this.
they, and of course you hear the jokes of being like, oh, you spend $60 for the same game every year, which is valid because everyone agrees that paying $60 is dumb
Yeah.
because they don't update anything at all. There's this other mode where it's called career mode. I love it very much, and it's the only thing I really play on besides like regular FIFA where it's you play with friends and all that.
Mhm.
But I don't know how to put it in the best comparison. But how do I put it? Uh,
It's like
it's
a
like
custom character mode, right?
yeah, but I'm trying to think of like comparison. So and like in Mario Odyssey, like say like the whole storyline, it's like they care about that. The developers they only care about updating that content only,
Yeah.
and so I don't know how to put it in words, but like they monetize it in a way. So that's probably why they're really focusing on that
So you're
aspect.
saying to get like to the Sand Kingdom, you'd have to like pay $1 or
Yeah, or if you want to get a certain costume, you can
Yeah,
do
like
these challenges.
with the
yeah,
different
custom.
Mario costumes, instead of getting coins in game, you would pay money.
Yeah,
If I wanted to be Clown Mario, I'd have to put my parents' credit card.
but then you have the balloon, Luigi balloon,
Yep.
or mode, right?
Yep.
It's fun. I think a lot of people enjoy that from what I heard.
Oh yeah, it
And
was big for a little bit.
yeah, but say like basically once they implemented it, say like from a year now, the main game is way different. There's like a lot of new updates. There's more new content. It's changed. It's a little bit different. But then for balloon, Luigi balloon, it's like the same thing. It's just maybe not bad, but say like it needs more. It really needs more focus because it wasn't finished. It's not what it was expected, and
Yeah.
that's the problem with career mode. There's so much ideas that are being thrown around, being asked for, but all they do is probably just add a couple like licensing.
Haircuts.
Yeah, haircuts. Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's funny because what they did was that they gave more choices to customize your character for a manager or career or player, and that was like supposedly like one of the big additions to the mode. But it sucks. There's really and there was like they had like a lot of ideas before in previous games, but they took it out for
Mm.
some reason. It sucks because FIFA. It's. I know people
Do
don't.
y'all remember
It's a
that
slow game.
tweet that someone did where they were like, or no, I think it was the official 2K Twitter where they posted a pic for like the new 2K20 game, right? And
Hmm.
it was like a like really graphically impressive picture because it was like some basketball player and he had like
Sweat.
individual like sweat droplets on him and it was like
Oh yeah.
sweaty and it, like the textures looked really good. And then someone replied like, "Y'all been noticing that every year they compare like a sweaty picture to a non-sweaty picture of the previous game, and like just to show that it looks better, and they do it literally every time.
Yeah.
It's because it's more impressive to have like the sweaty guy and the non-sweaty guy. And it's really funny. When in actuality, that there's not that huge a change between games.
Yeah. All I do is just I buy if I want to buy a new game, I wait 2 years. I had 18. I got 20 this year. There's a big difference, but
Yeah, I'm sure
it's
if you
it's
didn't get one every
dumb.
year, it is more worthwhile.
But yeah, and but the monetization of where they, that mode, that's what pulls in people every year.
Mm.
They get the $60, they get all the money afterward, and it repeats.
Yep,
It's
it's a
total.
cycle.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is we need Mario Strikers to come back and save the sports game industry.
Yes, yes, yes. I love that game on the GameCube. It's one of the best games.
Mario Strikers is very fire. Even the new sports story that's coming out. This is a sequel to Golf Story, which has like 5 things in it. I don't know if one of them is supposed to be soccer, but it might. But that would be really nice.
I hope so.
Soccer, football.
I think any soccer party game
There's
is
just not enough competition in a lot of sports games.
yeah. You get 2K where it has basketball in WWE. Then you have EA for and Madden and FIFA.
FIFA. Yeah.
And then there's the MLB, but that's for I believe that's only for PlayStation.
Yeah, they're just not incentivized to really, honestly, try as hard, just because they. I assume they have some sort of exclusivity with getting the team names and stuff like that,
Oh, yeah, that is very common actually.
Fuck
and that's
baseball.
that's a big thing. Yeah.
It's
But
amazing for all that.
yeah, but I think that's about all we need to say on the sports game, big sports game, mafia general. That's not the right
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I want, just for anyone just to know.
Yeah, it's just whack. But Lucas, is there anything you wanted to say since we'll be closing out soon?
Nah, I think I'm good.
Nothing good.
This High Boys season, its theme is philosophical thoughts on the gaming industry. They had a real deep conversation last podcast about how game costs are too high because people are too afraid to put it below 60.
Oh yeah, I had an interesting take on that.
It was interesting.
I said $45.
I think it should really fluctuate.
Yeah.
Like, I think that 60 shouldn't be the baseline. I think every game should cost different amounts.
Yeah.
But let's leave that for the people who watched the last podcast. Ooh.
Yeah, the whole. I mean, if you have me on again, I'd love to talk more about these philosophical insights into the industry.
I mean,
I enjoy it.
you're a Hive boy now. Like, you can join whenever we do one.
Oh, now? No, you mean
I'm sorry. Please don't delete me. All right. This has been live from the Hive. My name is Lucas. Say your name.
Dan-
Say your name.
I was waiting for Carson. Sorry.
I
I'm
was waiting for
Daniel.
you. I'm Carson, and I'm about to wall clip out of here.
And good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.